Ciao ragazzi, my name is Anthony. Welcome back onto the channel, whichever channel, whether it's Inter Worldwide or Football Worldwide that you are joining me on today. Thank you very much for tuning in as we do something a little bit fun, a a little bit low key. I like these sort of videos sometimes just to forget about club football. And we have something that's going to definitely make us forget about club football coming up this weekend that kicks off. The Euros are back. The Euros are back, bro. I'm telling you right now, it felt like just yesterday. It felt like just yesterday that I was sitting on that side of my room, because that's where my desk was at that point in time. We had just pretty much come out of lockdown. 4 years? No, it's 3 years. It's pretty much 3 years, yeah, because we had the postponement. And it just feels like yesterday. It feels like yesterday that this Azzurri lifts the crown. It feels like just yesterday. It feels like just yesterday that Giorgio Chiellini leads this great team to success under Roberto Mancini. It seems like just yesterday Leonardo Bonucci has a tournament that turns back the years. It seems like just yesterday that I was ready to call Donnarumma one of the best goalkeepers in the world, if not the best. And it seemed like just yesterday that Jorginho scored an incredible penalty against Spain and then missed an equally, as if not more important one, against England in the final. But all is well that ends well when you've got a manager like Gareth Southgate performing suicidal acts on the sideline for Mr. Jadon Sancho and for... Sorry, Bruno, I missed it. I'm just here for a little bit to have a fun game, man. Yeah. Ciao, Reno. I see you as well. Good to see you. Thanks to the 17 people that are here with me right now. So I've got a pretty good plan for this video. We're just going to go through and predict the simulator on our end. Shouldn't be too long. It should be a fun 15-minute video that you can all watch back later if you're not tuning in live. So what I'll do is I will zoom in a couple of times because I can still get the most out of my screen if I zoom into 180%, which puts it way more in frame for you people. I could even go one more, two more. Yeah, I could go two more. That's really good. That's really, really good. Big up if you're one of the 19 people here with me right now. Cheers to you guys on a Tuesday. Feels like a Monday because we had a long weekend here in Australia. Shout out to the King and all the toast sandwiches in the UK. All right. Germany, Scotland, Hungary, Switzerland. Without diving too much into the other three sides, I think Germany, as hosts of the tournament, deserve the benefit of the doubt in order to sort of pencil their name in the semifinals. Might as well while you're here. They will most definitely top the group. I don't see any reason how they don't. I'm a little bit questionable about their forward line and the fact that they might have to integrate Kai Havertz a little bit, fair bit as a false nine / center forward. But also at the same time, who are their competition? Who's their competition in the group? Switzerland love a tournament. They love an upset as well. But with Gundogan and Toni Kroos still in midfield, with Jamal Musiala in the side, with Leroy Sané in the side, with Rudiger playing in the defense, with Thomas Moyes still leading the dressing room, inside the dressing room. Like, I know Germany are not great, Rino, but like I just said, listen to the players that I just said in comparison to their opposition. You know, their opposition are not going to be difficult opponents. Switzerland, as I said, love a tournament. But, Jan Sommer can't save their way out of the tournament the same way Akanji can't defend their way out of the tournament. The same way Xherdan Shaqiri and Janet Xhaka aren't going to creatively put together performances that are going to get them results. Okafor can't do it on his own. And I think that's where my knowledge of the Swiss national team actually ends. Who else are they going to be playing? I don't know any other Swiss players. Ruben Vargas, Ricardo Rodriguez. Like, come on. Even this Switzerland team looks like donkey balls. So, I don't know, man. The other three, I think, are in for a bit of a dogfight. I don't know any of the history or the qualifying from the other sides. And besides, what's his name? I forgot his name for Hungary. The player that plays for Liverpool. What's his name? The guy that plays for Liverpool. Szoboszlai. Is that how you say it? Is Szoboszlai how you actually say it? Anyway, he's the only player I know for Hungary. He's the only Hungarian player that I actually know. I guarantee you majority of those players are scattered around low-level European leagues as well. So I can't put them into second just off that range there. Scott McTominay saves Manchester United every second week. Is he going to save Scotland points in this group? Probably not. You know? Put it this way, Scotland's best players are defenders. Andy Robertson and Kieran Tierney. That's their only two good players because I don't know anybody else besides Scott McTominay. And Lewis Ferguson, who plays for Bologna. Ferguson is Scottish, believe it or not. Just off that team right there, bro. Scotland's finishing above Hungary. I'm picking upsets in this tournament as well. So we'll go Switzerland 2, Scotland 3, Hungary 4. Why have they got 3 stars next to their name? Is it because they've won 3 Euros? Maybe it's because of that. Have they won 3 Euros? I didn't think they did. Anyway, Group B, Group of Death. Let's give it a little bit more time and appreciation. You know, there's just something about it that hits different. It hits different to when your club's playing. It turns me into a kid again. I'm a child. I'm a big child when Italy play. And I'm not having it. And I'm not having this shit. I'm not having this shit because it's too trendy now. Everyone's talking about it like they were the first ones to predict we weren't going to have a good tournament. So I'm not buying into it, bro. I'll go against the grain just to be Italian. Just to be Italian. And I say that we cause a major upset here and we break our Croatian duck because we have the worst record against Croatia. We have the worst record against Croatia from any other team. That's how the group's going to end. That's how the group's going to end. Inter won the Scudetto. I'm a different reborn optimist at the moment. I'm cheering on the Azzurri who have won the 2 Euros. That's got to be what the stars represent in this situation here. If we can actually talk about the group for a serious couple of minutes, I mean, Jesus Christ, where do you start? Let me just go off the top of my head. Rodri, Morata, Pedri, Yamal, Gavi, Joselu, Grimaldo, Carvajal. Let's dial it back a tier. Nacho. Cucurella. Dani Olmo. Jesus Navas. Do I need to say more? Do I need to say more? Should have I said less? I mean, it's going to be, they should get 9 points. They should get 9 points. What's up, Steve? I was going to message you, bro, actually. If you've got me on Twitter, can you send me a message, man? Let's link up and do some content soon, cuz. Loving your stuff with Ale at the Bianconeri zone. And I'm looking forward to starting a new project with him for Serie A and Italian football as the season starts. I think most of the pundits, I think that's the best decision to make. I think Bruno's being nice now, but I think the best way to do it is España, Croatia, Italy, Albania. But I can't do it. You want to know why? Because everyone else is doing it. Too many people. When I see this many Italians say that Italy are going to do this shit, history tells me something different. However, that usually lines up with other stuff, like the players being in their peak form and at their mental fortitude as well at the time, a la Italia 2021 Euro. It's a different crop that went to 2006 with all the adversity of Calciopoli and ended up winning that World Cup. This group doesn't actually have it in them, bro. This group doesn't have it in them. And this is why Bruno and I, when we smile through the pain, we know deep down that Italy's not going far in this tournament. If we get through the group, it'll be an actual achievement, bro. Now, big thing I want to say. What's up, Steve? Good to see you, bro. Thanks for coming through, man. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate it. Really thinking about it. That's the one. Awesome. All right. Sweet. We'll do that after the episode. What's going on, Helena? Thanks for coming through. You're from the Netherlands. I love the Netherlands. It's my favorite country in the world. It really is. I can't wait to go back there. Every time I have gone to Europe, I have switched my trip mid-trip to spend more time in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam, in Alkmaar, in Rotterdam, in Eindhoven. Yeah, I'm not just one of those average tourists. I've been around. I love your country. Conversation for another time. This Croatian team is at the back end of their golden generation. I mean, you got to remember, they made the World Cup final 6 years ago. Perisic, I don't think is even in the squad because he's been really badly injured. I'll be very surprised if they're taking him to the tournament. Very surprised. If they do, we probably don't have to worry too much about Perisic in this tournament. He's banged up. He's depleted. He's finite. You still need to worry about Brozovic. Believe it or not, at his age, you still need to worry about Luka Modric. I mean, they're probably going to play a midfield three of Brozovic, Modric, and Mateo Kovacic, for fuck's sake. And that's a really good midfield. That's going to price in Italy's midfield right out of a head-to-head contest. That's a good midfield. Vardiol as well at the back, probably the most, I mean, he's probably the most informed centre-back in the world coming into the back end of the season, wasn't he? Scoring more goals than any formed centre-back in the world as well. Anyway, off the top of my head, I can't really remember any other players that they've got. Mario Pasalic for Atalanta. Their forward that plays in Spain for Osasuna. I think it's Budama, something like that. There you go. Strasbourg Steve is picking Croatia low-key to win the Euros. Why is that? Besides the players that I've mentioned, I mean, as I said, they're not as stacked as their last tournament. Some of their players that are below that top-tier caliber of Modric, Brozovic, Kovacic, Vardiol, like the drop is steep after that. I mean, who are you going to say that's going to come to play there? That's the one. Thank you so much, Legend. Thanks for correcting me. See, I've been on the ball today. I'm missing some letters and I'm missing some names, but I am damn accurate in what I know about these squads going into the tournament. Stick with me because so far I'm very happy with my output in the two groups. However, this is going to be obviously very tricky because how am I supposed to actually talk about Albania? I mean, apart the fact that I am a big fan of Christian Aslani. That's it. We love our Christian Aslani, don't we? I mean, he had a great season for Inter. Great by his standards, even though he didn't do much still. He's now a champion of Italy. He will take that. Actually, he'll link up with Ray Manaj, former Inter striker, who's actually third highest goal scorer in the Turkish Superliga at the moment. Third only to Iran Dzeko, who's second for Fenerbahce and used to play for Inter. First only to Mauro Icardi, who plays for Galatasaray and used to play for Inter. The top three goal scorers in the Turkish league all used to play for Inter. Why doesn't Marotta and co just get on the next flight to Istanbul, get him and Ozilio a hair transplant, and come back with all three, except Mauro? We need attackers. Just go and ransack Istanbul. Done. One flight back and forth. Kramaric for Hoffenheim, I've heard of him before as well. I've heard of him before as well, but I don't know too much about these players, bro, at all. So they're going to have to go in as my default prediction for that group. Let's go on to Group C. It's been a really good video so far. There are 31 people watching this stream so far. That's great. Thank you. Thank you. Forza Italia. Forza Azzurri. Let's move on. Group C. Remember who hosted the last tournament? Oh, yes. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. It's coming home. Absolute wankers. Nothing to laugh at more than a pompous, pommy football fan that thinks they have the God-given right to win it all. That being said, they'll top the group, no questions asked. Bellingham, Mainu, Kane, Saka, Declan Fried Rice. I don't know if Rashford's in the Euro squad. I don't know if Ivan Toney's playing up front. Cole Palmer, Foden. Yeah. I know that they didn't take Grealish and Maddison, which is interesting, actually. especially Grealish. Like, what are you doing there? What's the go with that? What is the actual go with that? There's going to be some issues there. I don't think the squad's anywhere near up to scratch to win themselves a national tournament. But we'll see what happens. Slovenia, I was going to put second as a wild card. No one's talking about them, Steve, but people are sleeping on the Oblak Sesko connection from top to bottom, man. I'm loving that connection, bro. Also, just on the down low, guess who just got recalled to international duty? I saw his name in the headlines yesterday. No less, no more than Josip Ilicic. Josip Ilicic is back in the Slovenian national team. That makes Serie A fans happy all over the world. All over the world. Man, so good. I know their other player, their forward, Spora, plays for Panathinaikos in Greece. I don't think I know any of their other players, to be honest, unless I'm missing a really obvious one. They've got the striker for Brighton, Jan something. They've got the striker for Brighton. Ilicic gives me nightmares from his time at Atalanta. Yeah, they have the best goalkeeper in the group for sure. Oblak, we said that already, but it's a Euro tournament, brother. Goalkeepers aren't going to win you games, unfortunately. Not with the ball against the run of play more often than not. But at the same time, he could be the difference between qualifying and not qualifying if it really does come down to a critical point. So I'm ready to back them for second because they were my wild card second in this group. I was trying to think if I know any of their other players. I don't think so, eh? I don't think so. Oh, yeah. Dude, Sesko is the thing. Without Sesko, they drop from second to fourth in this group. That's right. Lovrich, at Udinese. I should have known that one. I knew I was missing something. As for Denmark, well, their better players are in the wrong side of their ages, aren't they? You know, just off the players off the top of my head that I know, and I'll probably be lucky to get 5 out of them. Paulsen for Leipzig, he'll play. Best believe he'll play. Højbjerg, who's now late 20s, obviously starts. Andreas Christensen, obviously is going to start. Kasper Schmeichel, even though he's 35 years old now, is going to start. Equally that age at some bracket is Simon Kjær. He's probably going to start. Equally in that age bracket, maybe a couple of years younger, is Christian Eriksen. He's probably going to start. Rasmus Højlund, he's going to start. Alexander Barr, he's going to play. So, you know what? Shouldn't have sworn like that. Denmark's squad isn't half bad. It's probably a little bit better than I budgeted for. And to be honest, that worries me about my Slovenia prediction. I might actually change this, bro. Especially since now we're asking Slovenia to finish above Dusan Vlahovic, Pavlovic, Milinkovic-Savic, Jovic, Zivkovic, Kostic, Milenkovic, Mitrovic, Tadic, Samnadzic, Hadanic, far out. Scratchic. My God. Serbia's looking tough too. Second to fourth is a bit of a lottery, bro. He's a bit of a lottery. Steve, I might veto my call. I might have to veto my call. Yeah, I'm going to have to veto my call, man. I'm going Denmark for second. I'm really banking on a lack of chemistry in the Serbian team and too much attack, not enough build-up cohesion, because that could really go either way, man. That could really go either way. Can you change? You can't even change your prediction after, can you? Or you can? Ah, you can. That looks better. Even that doesn't look half bad. You've put Slovenia first. That's an interesting call, Steve, man. Look, I'm not going to put them last because I have been watching them a little bit, but I'm going to have to go for Denmark to sneak in ahead of Slovenia. But that doesn't mean Slovenia won't get through on a third place playoff as well. All right, let's go on to Group 4. How long have we been going for? 25 minutes. That's a bit longer than I thought, but that's okay. There's 34 people here right now, so that's obviously really good to see. Thank you. Top to bottom, top being the forwards. I think they look worse up front than they do at the back. We're talking about Holland now, the Netherlands, who are always my second team in a national tournament, unless Australia's there. So I'll be cheering on the Dutch as soon as Italy are eliminated. Hopefully the Dutch are still in the tournament at that point. From the top, as I said, it doesn't look great. Weghorst, probably your only pure big hit man, your only pure number 9 in the team, weaving in and out of Memphis Depay. Xavi Simons, I'm not too sure how many minutes Simons will get. Cody Gakpo, I'm not too sure how many minutes Gakpo will get. Hopefully he gets a fair few because his athleticism will do well, especially going into extra time periods. I know he didn't take Xerxes with him to this tournament, which is just purely tactical, obviously. I mean, why didn't he take Davy Klaassen? But I know he took Denzel Dumfries, and he'll definitely get majority of the minutes there because he's got a ridiculous amount of assists for the Dutch national team at the moment. Other Inter players that are of interest, Stefan de Vrij seems to still be a popular choice. He played 90 minutes today in a friendly 4-0 win over Iceland, so he'll get plenty of minutes as well. Don't be surprised to see Daley Blind and Matthias de Ligt to share minutes at the back. Daley Blind is always favoured at international level, even though de Ligt's got the youth on his side. I expect Nathan Ake to get a few minutes as well, if not start majority of the games in defence. And the Milan player, Reinders, don't forget him. He had a pretty good season, so I have no doubt that he's ready to get minutes as well. Who's that player that plays for Tottenham, the defender? Van der Ven. Yeah, Van der Ven will probably get some minutes as well. So, yeah, those are my notes on the Netherlands. Bergwijn as well. So, yeah, I know a lot of Dutch players. I'll be cheering them on. Full on. White Suburban Kids in the house. What's going on? Italy, Serie A, Inter, still underrated. People talk down the reigning champions. Mad world. Come on, bro. Day. We got to... This is the most un-Italian build-up to a tournament I've ever seen in my life, and it's not sticking with me, bro. I'm not having it. There's 45 people here right now. That's awesome. Like the video. Subscribe to any of the platforms that you are new or are watching at. That being said, the Netherlands won't get top pick for me. That'll go down to Le Bleu. They just have a better squad than the Netherlands. Like, it's not drastically better than Holland's squad, but it's better. It's better, isn't it? I mean, they've got the best player in the world. He is the best player in the world. Kylian Mbappe is the best player in the world. Olivier Giroud loves to score. Antoine Griezmann is still world class. And those are just their three frontmen. Our boy Marcus Thuram might not even sniff out a starting game this whole tournament, although I do expect him to. And if they're not up to scratch as well, guess what? Ousmane Dembele is probably ready to come in and do a madness as well. Kamavinga, Tchouameni, N'Golo Kante, Kouande, Klaus, Fofana, Teo Hernandez. Now I'm out of names. Koeman, Konate. I don't know. Actually, Konate is not going. I don't think. Rabiot might be going. I don't know if Guendouzi is going. See, I haven't actually checked squads properly. I probably should have mirrored squads on the screen as I was doing this, but it's funner. It's more fun this way. Steve, what are you smoking and when are we catching up together, bro, in real life? Because you are an absolute mad C word. And that's a compliment in Australia. That's only reserved for the boys. But what in the hell is persuading you to put Austria ahead of these two sides, man? What in the world? Like, do you really think Marko Arnautovic is going to score a hat-trick every game? You really think David Alaba has 8 assists up his sleeve? You really think Marcel Sabitzer, just because he went to a Champions League final, is going to get to a Euro final as well? Who else, cuz? Gregorich? Wimmer? Bruv. Come on. Oh, Poland are terrible. Don't get me wrong. This Polish team are awful. This is probably one of the worst Polish squads I've ever seen going into a tournament. So I will be watching Zielinski very closely. I know Milik is injured. I know that Piontek doesn't get favored on international duty. Obviously, when you play with Lewandowski as the one striker, that's going to happen. I hope Szczesny has a shit tournament because I like watching him play shit. It's compliment of the highest order. So, your country has to go last in this group, man. And I feel bad now. Feel bad putting it like that because you are a top G. But I would be more than happy if the flags rotate slightly and the Netherlands goes above the French. I would not be mad at this. I haven't been following close enough to know that, to be honest. But hey, if they are, they'll gain themselves a third or second spot finish. Let's go on to the second last group. We have Belgium, Slovakia, Romania, and the Ukraine. Interesting group. Won't be a group that people keep their whole eye on. But I guess by default, you just put Belgium in there as top. Their golden generation is phasing out. They really should have won something with their stronger squads on hand. But I guess with De Bruyne, Courtois, Doku, Lukaku, Witsel, who's regathered form the last season and a bit. Who else? I don't know if Tielemans is going. I don't know if Batshuayi is going. You know what? I actually don't know as many Belgian players as I used to. Is CDK going? Charles de Ketelade? He should be going. He's had a really good year. But he's obviously priced out of a forward spot from Lukaku and Doku. And Yannick Carrasco. He's always in the team. Carrasco is always in the team. That's all I know. That's all I know about this Belgium team that obviously isn't going to set this Euro tournament on fire. Just want to look up their form quickly. It's decent form. Not the hardest qualifying route. But yeah. Easy wins. No, not too bad. Anyway, really, they don't really have the Bakayoko. He plays for PSV, right? He plays in the Dutch league. PSV or Feyenoord? No, he can't be playing for Feyenoord. I would have noticed if he played for Feyenoord. Has to be PSV because I don't remember seeing him in an Ajax shirt. Should have followed that closer. Can you let me know, Steve? You probably know. Your knowledge is next level. I'm pretty sure he plays in the Eredivisie, unless he's got a transfer somewhere else. But yeah, just based on their competition, I mean, just the Slovakia squad off the top of my head has only got Milan Skriniar and Lobotka. I mean, imagine Marek Hamšík was still playing. But yeah, Skriniar, Lobotka. I don't really see anybody else in that Slovakian team. But the thing about this group is, for as little as I know about Slovakia, I know even less about Dragujan's Romania, because that's where it stops and starts for me. I don't know anyone else in that Romanian team. There's a good player for Parma. His name's Dennis Mann. He's a good player. If Radu is their goalkeeper, I hope they lose every game by 5 goals. And just for that, even without talking about the Ukraine, I'm going to put the Ukraine ahead of Romania. Just remembering that Radu is Romanian, I hope they come last in the tournament. And yes, I am petty. What of it? But yeah, unforgivable stuff. I have no idea who plays for the Ukraine since Andrei Shevchenko. I'm just kidding. Trubin is probably the goalkeeper, right? Unless they've got that Madrid goalkeeper, Lubin. So they'll have to choose between Lubin and or is it Lunin? Something like that. Lubin and Trubin, or Lunin and Trubin, something like that. Dennis Mann is a baller. Yes, he is. Okay. So you're shouting out a couple of players for Slovakia that I don't know about, but that's good. It warrants my spot for them in second. I know nothing else about the Ukraine. I wish I did. I wish I knew more about Andrei Shevchenko, but I don't. I don't know if Ruslan Malinovsky is still in the national team there because he's old, but he should still be there because he is a dope baller, absolute baller, Ruslan Malinovsky. I'm happy with that. Horatiu Moldovan is Romania's starting goalkeeper. Oh, okay, cool. So it's neither of the two that I mentioned. Neither of the two. Oh no, they were for the Ukraine. Sorry. My bad. What was I talking about? So this guy just got to move to Madrid. Well, he's obviously better than Beef Radu, of course. Then, Group F, we have Turkey, Georgia, Portugal, and the Czech Republic. Just focusing on Turkey for a second, I do think that they've actually got a few players that can cause some issues in this particular side, and not just players from an attacking point of view as well. I do think that some of their defenders aren't too bad in this squad either. I like the Turkish league. I always follow results. I've always followed results in the Turkish league. I don't know why. I've just always liked it. I also support Valencia in Spain. So I know Ozkaka pretty well, the Turkish defender. He's decent. I like him. A lot of these Turkish players are young, though. So a lot of people might not have heard of him. Look out for Yilmaz, obviously, who plays for Galatasaray. Hakan Çalhanoğlu. I mean, we love our boy. We love our Hakan so much. So much. There's a player linked to PSG that people need to watch out for as well, but I forgot his name. Who else? I'm forgetting a couple of players. Kabak, who plays for Hoffenheim. I forget how to say Kadiolu. Kadiolu plays for Fenerbahce. He's pretty good. Malinovsky is in the Ukraine squad. That's mad. That's heaps good. Good for Rusian. Rusian Malinovsky, bro. Full-blown Khabib-looking motherfucker. Oh, yes. Let's go, Malinovsky in Euros. Oh, yeah. Come on. You made my day. You made my day right there. Who's the Premier League player? The one that plays for freaking Bournemouth. Enes something. I forget his name now. Enes Unal. Koku for Benfica. Did I miss anyone? Did I forget anyone? Oi, is Yildiz Turkish? The player for, what's it called? For Juve, the guy who's making waves. Yildiz is probably in the Turkish squad. I would say he is in the Turkish squad. What's up, Rob? Good to see you, my bro. Rob is one of 54 people that have joined us here today. That's a good crowd. I can't complain about that. Yildiz, yeah, he's joining. Yeah, Yildiz is traveling, right? There you go. So Yildiz is playing for Turkey as well. So, yeah, all these players. Exactly. Look, just because of that, I know you're being very generous with your Georgia Kvaratskhelia prediction, but for me, Turkey are going through to the next round, bro. Turkey have to go through to the next round, bro. I mean, I don't think besides Kvaratskhelia, you're bringing much to the table from a Georgia point of view. I really don't. And I really don't know shit about any of their players, man. I really don't know. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. Because they'd all be long names. I don't know Georgian players with long names. They've got the player that plays for Torino. The player that plays for Torino. That's the only thing I know besides Krava. He's a defender. He plays for Torino. He's got a pretty greasy looking haircut and he's got a well-shaved beard. And his name starts with an S and he does his eyebrows. He looks like a player it's going to sound harsh. I remember him looking like a player you'd almost create on FIFA in a way with a default hairline. Anyway, he plays for Torino. I just forget his name and I'm sorry about that. He and what's it called? Yes, I know Yilmaz is very good. I was going to mention him in the same bracket as Yildiz. Yeah, that Turkey squad's going through to the next round, in my opinion. Yes, they sounds like they do have a good goalkeeper, but in my opinion, Steve, it's not going to be enough to get them over the line. It's not going to be enough to get them over the line in this group with a squad that Turkey are bringing to the table. Let's look at some odds. Yeah, they're not favorites at all. They are not favorites to progress at all. Yeah, cool, Rob. Thanks for stopping in, bro. I hope you and the family are doing well, cuz. Hope you're doing well. I was actually going to message you, bro, but I completely forgot to ask. And it's been so long. It's so out of context now. Are you still doing any content? Are you and your boys doing anything? I just remember thinking about you guys like a few months ago and thinking, shit, where'd they go? I was listening to them every week and then I just sort of forgot. Yeah, let me know, man. Maybe I even asked you before and I just forget all the time because I forget all the time who I message. Georgia are a team, but I've been keeping tabs on the past 2 years. Yeah, bro, you'll be the first one I message if you're right. Czech Republic squad, shit besides Patrick Schick, in my opinion. I don't know any of the other players. Barak is good, but he's not great. Kufal, I know, but I'm not impressed with. I mean, it's not like I think he's good. West Ham player. They actually got the other West Ham player as well. So they got double hammers in the side. What's his name? The 30-year-old. I forget now. Thomas Suk something. I forget. Anyway, between the Czech and Georgia, I'll give the nod to Georgia. I don't mind giving the nod to Georgia in that nod right there. So let's move on to the real fun. The third place rankings. So the teams best placed, I think the 4 best teams are going through and the 5th and 6th miss out. In Scotland's group, do we think Scotland can take points from Switzerland and Hungary? I think they can. I think that they'll take 3 from Hungary. I'm willing to put Croatia first, just the default of that group. But it could really go on head-to-heads. So it might actually be tough for that sort of side to go through. In this case, it's not really about picking the best team. It's about picking the team that you think will get the most out of their group. And if that's the case, I'm going to have to go with teams that might be able to slog out draws and points elsewhere. And in my opinion, looking at it, it could be Croatia, but it's more likely to be Slovenia. Georgia, Scotland, and then Croatia. Austria to take points off France and Netherlands. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say they drop 3 points in each of those games, which even if they get 3 against Poland, just 3 against Poland for Austria would do the job though. Because Slovenia could get 0, 1, 1 and still end up there. This is bloody hard to pick. This is really hard to pick. This is really hard to pick. I'm going to take Scotland out, put them down here. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Hell nah. There is no way I'm paying for a simulator or signing up to a free trial. I wonder if you just open it up twice, will it just come back up? Because that sort of stuff does happen, even if you open it in a different window. Cool. Easy. Give me a sec. I'll have this done. Beef Radu. Absolute joke. All right, cool. Footmob. Yeah, that's the one I just that's the one I just opened. Shout out to the 60 people that are still with us now. I really appreciate it after that little glitch. And here we go. We are back in a second. Let me just close this. Great. How's our view? Sweet. Beautiful. All right, cool. Let's do this again then. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Scotland. Oh, wait, but I didn't want to put Scotland in there. Actually, I want Georgia in there for Scotland. Those can be our lucky losers. Slovenia, Austria, Georgia, and Croatia. What a moment it would be for a couple of those nations, yeah? What a moment it would be for the likes of Georgia and Slovenia to go through to the next round. I know Austria went through to the next round of the last tournament. They were loving it, and they actually scared the living daylights out of us. Remember Federico Chiesa at the back post, brilliant control, right to left foot. Arnautovic actually scored the first goal of the game, but it was called back for offside. Oh, man, I shit my pants. That was about to bring a very early end to a Euro campaign that I knew that we were meant to go on and win. I knew that Italy was meant to go on and win that Euro. So I remember shitting myself against Austria and getting through that just thinking, all right, we're good now. We are good now. All right. We have our round of 16 set, and it looks like a pretty damn easy one to predict from here on out if you are the Spanish. The Spanish are definitely going through by 3 goals. Germany, the hosts, are going to have too much for Denmark, in my opinion. Portugal and Croatia, they played in a friendly that ended 2-1 to Croatia today. I wasn't impressed by both sides. I think the Portuguese have more than enough firepower in them. We haven't even spoken about the Portuguese players that are going into this tournament. I mean, forget Ronaldo. He'll still have to sit on the bench at least once or twice. Felix, Leao, Cancelo, Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes, Gonzalo Ramos, Diego Jota, Diego Dalot, Vitinha, Otavio, Ruben Diaz. Great team. Great team. I love me some Portugal. I love me some Nando's. I love me some Nando's. Bro, that is not going to happen. But if it does, how funny would that be in their own home ground? I mean, I'm here for German tears. Don't get me wrong. I'm here for it. I am here for it. Oh, man, look at the time. I actually need to get going. Give you Croatia. I'm going for Portugal in that game. I will go for Portugal in that game, man. Oh, but I'm second-guessing myself now. Thanks to you, Steve. Thanks to you. Netherlands, Slovakia. Give me the Netherlands. Belgium, Slovenia. Give me Belgium. France and Turkey. Give me France. As much as I'd love to pick some underdogs here, I don't see it, man. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. Yeah, but you're hosts, man. You're hosting the tournament, so you can't just bow out in the 16 against Denmark. Like, I get it. You might not be on the whole bandwagon of, oh, your favorites to be in the final. But, yeah, we're not predicting the final just yet. But, hey, bro, I love your pessimism. I mean, I'm all about pessimism, bro. I've just been optimistic in the last 6 months, 9 months, because Inter decided to kick everyone's ass in Italy, and it felt great. Feels really good. Oh, see, now this is where it gets tricky. This is where it gets tricky. And I am more than happy to go with a Switzerland win against the Italians, man. We are shit. And coming up against Switzerland in the round of 16 is exactly the sort of elimination that we cop in this tournament. Switzerland are undercover murderers, bro. This is exactly the sort of undercover elimination that Italy face in this tournament. Mark my words. This is the exact sort of extra time penalty shootout shit that Italy would cop in this tournament. And the only way I'm not picking Switzerland is if people in the chat disagree with me, but I can't. I really think that Switzerland are going to be the death of this Italian side if they even get through the group. It was too optimistic to even put us through the group, wasn't it? But I'm going to say that the Swiss beat Italy in the round of 16. How sad. How sad. How sad. No one's even sticking up for us. No one's sticking up for us in the world. Everyone thinks that we're going to die. And you know what? We probably will. Switzerland are going in through at the expense of the national team. Spain go through against Germany. I think the Netherlands are going to beat Portugal in this tournament. I believe the French will beat Belgium if they come up against each other. And I believe the English will beat the Swiss in that game as well. I believe that this is going to look very similar. Very similar. I think this could look very similar to what you see in the semi-final. And I think that's my initial prediction at the start of the tournament. Just might be it. I think that we're going to see a Spain versus France final. And I would love it for neither of these teams to win it. Neither of these teams to win it, especially France. I mean, in order for me, it goes England, France. It used to be France above England, but Euro 2021 really shook the life out of me when it came to England fans. It really did. So I'm gonna go with as long as France or England don't win the tournament, I'll be happy. I mean, the thing about this Spanish squad is that it's nice. It's nice, but piss off, yeah? There ain't no David Villa. There ain't no Fernando Torres. There ain't no Busquets. There ain't no Iniesta. There ain't no Xavi. There ain't no Xabi Alonso. There ain't no Raul Gonzalez. There ain't no Fernando Hierro. There's no Iker Casillas. There's no Jordi Alba. There's no Fernando Morientes. I have seen Spanish sides that would wipe their ass with this Spanish side. And I've seen Italian sides that were catastrophically weak go up against Spanish sides that were better and lose, but also win. Guys, at the end of the day, we can talk as much shit in this chat as we want, but we have no idea what's going to happen. It's a major tournament. Anything can happen. Really? You hate Spain the most as an Italian? How does that work? How does that work? How do they even make the top three for you, bro? It should be France, England, and Germany. That's it. France, England, Germany, and then we hate everybody else equally. France, England, and Germany need to stay away from winning altogether. Yeah, 100%. I hear that. I hear that as well. I hear that. Look, it all comes down to who you get in the tree. It all comes down to who you get in the group. So we'll see what happens, guys. I'm here for it. I'm so excited. It's sort of, I know people have been talking about it a lot, but it's sort of crept up on me. And that's what I find exciting. I find it really exciting when shit like this creeps up on you and you haven't had a lot of time to plan for it. And today, because it was a public holiday, it was Tuesday, I got up to go to work. I'm like, it's already Tuesday. Before you know it, mate, it'll be Friday. What's on this weekend anyway? Oh, it could be Euro already, but I doubt it. That would be next weekend. Oh, fuck, it's not. It's actually this weekend. Euro 2024 is 5 sleeps away. That's what it was. Bruv, if that happens, Huster AR, you need to come back and reveal yourself so I can send you a free piece of inter-worldwide merchandise. That's right. If Italy go back to back because you're the only person I know in the whole world, that has said that, that's right, the whole world, I'll send you a t-shirt for free. I will send you one, bro, because you're the only person in the whole world. The whole world that has said that. Forza Italia, Forza Azzurri. Thank you, everybody that tuned in today. We had a high of 65. Still got 65 now. A lot of them coming in on Twitter. No, we can't do that again. We have to make a World Cup. If I had to choose, look, it's a hard one. That Euro victory on the day and afterwards, I hadn't been that happy in a long time. In a period of time where we all really needed joy, it was nuts. And then in typical Italian fashion, we threw the plate off the table and smashed it on the floor. And when we didn't make the World Cup that day, I honestly felt like grabbing that off the wall and smashing it on the ground. I honestly did. A big reason why I wasn't crying in the pits is because I made enough money on that day betting against Italy to pay gas, electricity, and water for a quarter for 3 months. Crazy shit. I just knew it was going to happen. But Forza Italia, Forza Azzurri, we are 4-time world champions. We are 2-time European champions. We are not supposed to fear anybody ever. Siamo Italia. Forza Italia. Sempre. Thank you, everybody. Stick around for more interworldwide content coming soon. Ciao.